So, there are two clowns of the week this week, and I'm going to give you guys the first one. So, this one's a doozy. Sean Hannity went on Fox News, did this show on Fox News 2 days ago, and he talks about job loss in America. He talks about the jobs that were lost in January. Guess who he's blaming the job losses on?
We are nearing the end of Joe Biden's first 3 weeks in office, and the very weak, frail, cognitively struggling president, well, he's still lost and confused. And meanwhile, his radical Green New Deal agenda is wreaking havoc on what could have been a robust V-shaped recovery. Today, jobs report, it wasn't good. Our economic growth, anemic. Labor participation rate has gone down. Only 6,000 private sector jobs were created. Even fake news CNN had to admit that it is a grim sign for a recovery. And to make matters worse, we got thousands of high-paying career union jobs instantly vanished just in the last 2 weeks after Biden canceled the Keystone XL pipeline with the stroke of a pen. And thousands more of those jobs also lost when he stopped border wall construction. And guess what? Hundreds of thousands of more, those high-paying career jobs will also be gone as Joe follows through on his promise and his plan to cancel all oil and gas pipelines and block drilling and exploration in ANWR, Alaska, something Donald Trump opened up. But today at the White House, Joe Biden openly wondered, well, where did all the jobs go? Maybe you shouldn't have gotten rid of them.
Bro, you destroyed millions of jobs by canceling the pipeline, bro. You know how many millions of people would have been working, bro? Unions, dude. Oh, can't you guys see? Destroying America. He knocked the wall down. Now all the immigrants are going to come in. And even worse, man. Dude, all the immigrants are going to come in and take the jobs. And they're going to even less jobs. All the people who are building the wall, jobless. Dude. Yeah. How dumb does Sean Hannity think that his audience is? I would like to know. Do people just take what Sean Hannity says verbatim? Is that a thing? I know for a fact that a lot of Tucker Carlson's audience hates Sean Hannity. But anyway, let me tell you, this man is lying. And he's such a clown, it's not even funny. So, he said Biden cost us 10,000 jobs. Well, according to an article from CNN Business, from 2017, talking about the exact same pipeline, right? They said that if the pipeline took a year to be built, quote, there would be 3,900 direct construction jobs, end quote. And that was if it was built over 1 year. If it was built over the course of 2 years, which is more likely, there would have been 1,950 jobs. By the way, all these jobs are temporary. Now, I'm going to read you another quote. Quote, once the pipeline opens up, it would require only 35 full-time permanent jobs to run it and only 15 full-time temporary jobs, according to the State Department report. Quote. So Sean Hannity is lying. See, this is what they do over at Fox News. There are so many legitimate ways to criticize Joe Biden. This is not one of them. You're saying him closing a pipeline that only would have permanently employed about 50 people. You're blaming him for the thousands and thousands of jobs lost and the stagnant in job growth. But what about Trump? Trump is the one who mishandled this pandemic. Trump is the one who allowed it to spiral out of control. Trump is the one who did not have leadership. Don't you know what they'll say? Oh, well, before the pandemic, the job market was doing good. It sure was. It was doing great. And it was largely in part to the Obama administration. So, you see what they want to do here. They want to take credit for everything that's good when they get in office. Oh, Trump, look at the job market. I've been here for a week and jobs are already rebounding. This is great. Unemployment rate's dropping. But when you go out on one of the worst disasters in history, oh, I know, we'll just blame that on Joe Biden. Now, there are a lot of legitimate criticisms of Biden. You want to talk about his corruption with his son. That's a legitimate criticism. You want to talk about the fact that he won't end the war. That's criticism. He won't go back in the Iran nuclear deal. There's a lot of ways I can criticize him. He won't do Medicare for all in the middle of a pandemic. But this is not a good criticism of Joe Biden. It's a flat out lie. Now, when it comes to the wall, I'm not sure exactly how many people it'll take to maintain the wall. I can look up that for you as well. But I can promise you it's nowhere near hundreds of thousands of people. Sean Hannity, like the fact that 3,400 part-time temporary workers or full-time temporary workers, you're saying, oh, it's hundreds of thousands of people building. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's nothing else. It's a lie. Yeah, so I found it. So there's an article called Zappia. It's a paper that just focuses on job creation and things. And they said that Donald Trump had projected that his wall would create 10,500 jobs total, apparently. But how many jobs it'll actually create is zero. So there were no jobs created from Trump's border wall. Now, let me explain. Basically, the money that it would take to build the wall, they would have to pay construction workers a lot of money. And the government wasn't willing to do that. Why? Because you need to balance the budget. Which, to balance the budget, why do this project in the first place, right? Just don't do it, and you can save taxpayer dollars. But anyway, so they go to build the wall, and they don't want to pay the big construction companies. So the companies are not interested. So according to this article here, Zappia, that means that smaller private construction companies would actually build the wall. But the people who are building this wall are already employed, and they're being moved from one project to another project. So they're actually just taking workers away from one project and moving them to another to build a wall. So Donald Trump's wall, in all actuality, created no jobs. And this is according to experts. That his wall, and this, by the way, this article is from a group of people who are politically neutral. They're business people. They don't care about politics. So it just goes to show you, Sean Hannity, he's a liar. And he's a clown. Like, you're spewing out numbers and misinformation on TV. And it's like, dude, I just fact checked. I'm a fucking YouTuber. I just fact checked you in like 5 minutes. Like, you think people are idiots? They're going to just keep going for the bullshit you spew out, saying, oh, Joe Biden's going to destroy America. Yeah, they can miss me with that, bro. Come on, bro. And by the way, open borders, that's so ridiculous. Like, the fact that we're not going to waste taxpayer money and build a wall does not equate to open borders. Matter of fact, now if you want to criticize the Obama administration about immigration, or Biden about immigration, you could say, oh, under the Obama administration, they started putting kids in cages. That's a fair criticism, because the Obama administration actually started putting kids in cages. That's a fair criticism, even though Trump, did it a lot more, and a lot more people got put in. The Obama administration started that. So that's a fair criticism of Joe. What's not a fair criticism is to say, oh my God, open borders. He wants to let everyone in the country. Oh my God, his immigration policy is so radical. And by the way, he also supports the Green New Deal. and he wants to close other pipelines. These are not legitimate criticisms. Now, as far as the Green New Deal and the pipelines, I don't believe that he's going to cancel all the pipelines. But if he is, great. Yes. You know what? Yes, great. This is a step in the right direction for climate change. And we can start working on clean energy and we can create new jobs in that sector. Instead of trying to create jobs in an old sector that's dying out, that the rest of the world is preparing to move on from. So, great. Yes. You know, like, my channel, I criticize Joe Biden so much, and I criticize the Democrats so much. And every time I'm thinking, all right, I'm probably going to have to criticize Joe Biden today. Sean Hannity makes me give him praise because of the ridiculous arguments that he makes. And by the way, Joe Biden is not for a Green New Deal. I want to make that clear. He's not supportive of a Green New Deal. So now, maybe he will be moved on and changed. And if he will, like I said, great. I'll be very happy, but he's not. So, Clown of the Week this week goes to Sean Hannity for just spewing lies and misinformation and getting fact-checked by a fucking YouTuber who doesn't even have a college degree. Good job, buddy. And you're supposed to be this, like, smart media guy, you know, and you're only bringing the factual news, dude. Give me a fucking break. And by the way, Sean, I don't want to hear anything about Donald Trump's job record. Under Donald Trump, 200,000 jobs, over 200,000 jobs, were shipped overseas. And that's in 4 years. That's way more than Obama went overseas under the Obama administration in their first 4 years. So yeah, did he drop unemployment slightly? Yes, he did. It was a slight drop in unemployment. And yes, people were working more. Yes, of course, the black unemployment rate and the Hispanic unemployment rate was at a record low until the pandemic came and everything got messed up and it was mishandled. And that unemployment is almost as high as it was during the Great Depression. So I don't want to hear anything about Donald Trump's jobs, and certainly not from Sean Hannity, who can't even get his facts straight.